Right now, domestic abuse perpetrators are not being held accountable because what's happening is migrant survivors are fearful to contact the police because of fear of repercussions or immigration enforcement. So essentially, it allows perpetrators of domestic abuse to abuse without any consequence. So they won't fear that the police will become involved or anyone becoming involved because they know that victim is too fearful to come forward.
As an organization supporting vulnerable migrant victims as survivors of serious crimes, we see the huge fear they have to come forward and report to the police on a daily basis. It's really important to say that this fear is not unjustified. Freedom of Information requests from last year showed that the details of over 2,000 people who came forward to report a crime were shared with immigration enforcement after they approached the police. Also, our research has shown that 1 in 2 migrant women never report crimes of violence against women and girls to the police for fear of destitution, disbelief, fear of deportation, or fear of detention. A firewall is a clear separation between any form of immigration control and access to support, including policing. It would guarantee that any information access to support a victim or a survivor won't be used for any form of immigration enforcement. A firewall would allow victims and survivors to exercise their rights as they would be able to report crimes to the police, meaning that perpetrators will be held to account, bringing a benefit to the public interest.
Well, a firewall would allow for victims to be able to report to the police, which means perpetrators are more likely to be known to services and the police, and they'll be more likely to be held to account. So it creates public safety, and that you don't have perpetrators abusing one person after another without any accountability.
The cost of a firewall would be minor to the government, as it would only involve changing to guidance for the interest parties, such as the police and social services. In contrast, the gains will be considerable, as there would be an opportunity for police to build trust amongst migrant communities, allowing them to access important information for the investigation of crimes, and also providing them with the opportunity of focusing on prevention. A firewall would also allow women to flee from abuse and exploitation at early stages, preventing long-term harms happening to these women and their children.
There are examples of police and labour inspectors abroad who have recognised the necessity to build trust with all migrants in order to solve crime and to prevent and address abuse and exploitation. They recognised that to establish that trust, they had to introduce and strengthen safe reporting mechanisms. They had to remove the fear of reporting crime. In the Netherlands, a firewall was introduced nationally in 2016. This policy, called Free In, Free Out, allowed migrants with insecure status to report serious crime without having the police act upon their immigration status. This resulted in positive outcomes for their agencies, migrants, and the wider community.